Hold on. Turn down the AC a little bit so I can hear her. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I know it's weird. Tuesday. My lipstick is all over the place. Oh, well. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me today. What a day. It is really warm out and 73 degrees. I can deal with that. It's beautiful. I'm thinking about going after I pick up my son to a park, maybe like, I don't know, like hiking for a little bit, getting out there, doing some stuff, or I may go in the garden and pull some stuff. I'm not sure. The garden needs kind of cleaned up and everything. Hello, thank you for the hearts. Ooh, appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. I don't know who you are, but hello. Oh, good. I got my pop with me. my Diet Pepsi. Hello, thank you. Thank you for coming in. So, I titled this kind of funny because it's really not any kind of terror or anything like that. It's just goofy. Hello, Gear, the boogeyman. Hello, thank you for coming in. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up if you pop in. I appreciate it. Just been really busy, and yesterday we toured a new school for my son, and I don't know if I like it. So I think he's going to continue to go to the school that he's going to, and there's that. But we're going to be a little more strict on his regulations for his IEP, and I'm going to work things out that way. And then if next year doesn't improve, then we'll definitely take him out and move him somewhere else. But things are going good because they're increasing my workload next year. So garden or hike, both can be enjoyed, but gardening is work. Yeah, for real. I don't know. It all depends on what I feel like when I get home. Sometimes I'm so exhausted I can't do a dang thing. So Friday, this Friday, I'm having a biopsy done. And hopefully after that, I can figure out what is wrong with me and get back on track. Yay! So, that's pretty much it. I was going to, let's see, I don't even know what today's date is. I think it's the 21st. I don't want to plant any seeds or anything yet because our frost date is not until May 8th or something like that. So I don't want to plant anything just yet, but I am going to start pulling some stuff. I already have I planted some black poppies, and those are like kind of coming up. So I can't wait to see what those are going to look like. My saffron crocus didn't bloom. I still have like the green on it. There's a lot of things that have just popped up, and it looks so awesome. I got my hyacinth up, and my irises are getting ready to bloom, and just little stuff like that. And I have to do some landscaping stuff, like rake out all the leaves and do all that, which I haven't done because I've just been too exhausted. Like yesterday, I took a nap. What are you gonna do? Hello, second person. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. So yeah, we had a really good Easter, with Southern Ohio, and, that's where my husband's family is all from. So we went down there and, did some Easter stuff, and, we were in the yard and saw an Amish buggy go by. So we just had a really good time, and Fred didn't want to leave and, was upset. But we then celebrated another Easter, and then we went to my mom's house. It was like a crazy, crazy Easter time. Lots of places to go. Lots of things to do. So, it was nuts. So I just got out of work, and I thought I'd go live with you fine people and just continue the Wide Family Farm lives, I guess. Oh, okay. Thank you, Richard Evans. So glad. Shawnee Grows listening while I prep for a field trip. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we have a field trip they told me about, but it's not for a while yet, like end of May. And like, why are you telling me about it now? I think it's because they want me to go because they don't want to deal with my son. I think that's exactly what's going on. Yeah, so by the way, my son is not like bad or out of control or anything like that. So I don't really know what their issue is. But yeah, so we got plants. Can you hear me now? Okay, you should probably be able to hear me now. It was going through my car. Okay, so I fixed it. Sorry. I don't know why it stopped, but it did. So anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on. And before that, I got thrown off here, so I have no idea what I was talking about. No, I don't know if they want to give me a notice. I don't think that's the case. I've just been having issues with them in general, so I have no idea what their issues are with my son. But yeah, so I don't think that was the case. I was very suspicious because I haven't got a flyer or anything about it, so I don't know. Either way, I don't think that was the case. So anyway, I was talking about my chickens. So in December, we got a ton of chickens, and we had them in the basement for a while. And we got straight runs for all of them, I think. No. What did we get? Yeah, we got straight runs for all of them. And so I wasn't expecting to get a rooster at all. They did have like a sale there, so my son, my son, I got my son stuck in my brain. My husband got some extra chickens, cool ones that I don't even know what he got, just some rare, different, whatever. So he came home with a few extra chickens, and we have a rooster, which is pretty funny. I thought we were going to have a female, but we got a rooster, and the rooster is so pathetic. It is so hilarious because he's just now starting to crow, and when he crows, he it sounds so funny because he's so little. So it's pretty funny. Okay, I don't know what that is all about. If you can talk, that would be great. Emojis don't. I'm not from the era of emojis, so if you could talk, that would be great. Instead of just spamming me with a bunch of crap that no one cares about. So I thought it was really funny. to hear a rooster, and we don't have any roosters. We had only like 4 chickens left because we had an issue with raccoons and foxes getting in the chicken coop. So we need to do some things and reinforce the coop. And we are now just leaving him in the coop right now because we don't want anything happening to them. We had like a red-tailed hawk, fox, raccoon issue, like big time. And so we just need to fix some stuff and reinforce some things to make sure that they're safe where they're at. And yeah, I gotta do some fixing up in the garden. Some of my beds are falling apart, stuff like that. So I don't know what we're gonna do exactly as far as that's concerned, but yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to shoot something you can't see. It usually happens in the middle of the night or the next day or something like that, you know? So we don't usually see it, unfortunately. So have to figure it out. Sorry, my knee is really killing me. But yeah, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. It's just been really, really crazy. Yeah. Chickens. Yep. We love our chickens. They're great. Actually had stopped selling eggs, and maybe I'll start selling them again or whatever, but we stopped selling eggs. Especially right around the time that everybody needed eggs, we stopped selling them. Yeah. So I got a bunch of phone calls. Do you guys have any eggs? I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have any whatsoever. So we kind of kept them for ourselves, and that's fine. Oh, so I really miss Happy Mac. I don't know where she is. There's a couple other people up in here that usually come up in my chat. I don't know where they are. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me for a whole 12 minutes. I appreciate it. I don't really have anything else going on. Just been super tired, super busy, and I'm tired right now as we speak. So that really is really starting to bug me. And I have not been doing any caffeine or anything like that. I've been kind of like doing caffeine free, and I'm just exhausted. Extremely exhausted. So hopefully on Friday with my medical appointment, I will hopefully figure out what's really going on. Growing anything new this year? I'm not really growing anything new. Oh, you know what? I am growing a new variety of tomatoes. The peach fuzzy ones. I'm growing. I've never grown those before, so I'm kind of excited to even see what they look like. And I'm growing a different variety from Johnny Seeds. And they're called Valencia. And I'm growing those, and I'm going to enter those into the fair this year. I was really pleased with, sorry, my arm's starting to hurt. I was really pleased with the stuff that we grew last year, and the placements that we got. Like, it was the first time ever entering anything in the fair, and we got first place on pretty much everything that we entered, except for our weird looking carrot, because they had a category for like the weirdest or oddest carrot or something like that. So I was just kind of surprised by that. So this year I got a lot of tomatoes that I plan on entering in the fair. And then they had a category for herbs, and last year nobody did any herbs at all. Like, there was like three things of herbs, and one of them was a mason jar full of freaking chives. And I was like, oh, next year I'm entering all my herbs in. Why not get my ribbon for that? It's about to get hot down here in Louisiana. Hello, stupid kid. I hate stupid Sid. I hate to say that. Hello, Sid. I'll just call you Sid. But yeah, I bet you Louisiana's super hot. They said like Louisiana all the way to Florida, it's just supposed to be like hot, muggy, like not good. So stay in the AC as much as you can, but it's really hard when you're trying to plant stuff. It's like probably that time of year where you want to get stuff done and get stuff done in your yard and stuff. It's my skateboard group name. No offense. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm friends with a pro skateboarder. I absolutely love her, and I actually interviewed her on my channel. She's such a nice girl. Absolutely love her. Cherry tomatoes and marigolds for me. Yes, I am going to this year I don't have a whole lot pre-planted. I am going to direct sow a lot of stuff. So my marigolds and stuff I'm direct sowing this year, which is fine. And then if I feel the need, I will buy flowers. But I don't know if I'll do that or not. I kind of have a theme. It's like yellow and black, and then I have hot pink zinnias. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to direct sow a lot of stuff this year. It really saves time and energy, and sometimes the lights can make your electric bill go way up. I know in years past when we had, oh my gosh, hello! Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. Thank you. Thank you for being a member. 25 months. Wow, that's a long time. Thank you. Sometimes those lights can really draw up your electric bill, and word on the street is in June they plan on raising everyone's electric bill in the state of Ohio. So I don't know what exactly is going to go on. I'm thinking about shaving my head and just not doing my hair all summer long. Sounds good to me. Hello, Dancing Alone with Rentals. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. I haven't seen her in a long time. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we had a really nice Easter, just kind of busy. I'm going to start for every holiday, though. I'm going to start just taking it real slow. I'm not going to bust my ass going here, there, and everywhere anymore. Not doing it. So my holidays are just going to be like real, like we'll go one place and, you know, if somebody wants to stop by, then they can do so, but I'm not going to bust my ass going here, there, and everywhere. In the years past, we have done that because Dustin has a stepdad. His dad and his stepmom live somewhere else, and then his mom lives here, and then we just have had to drive everywhere all over the state of Ohio to see everybody and do this and do that. And it's been like that for a lot of holidays, and kind of been like that for Thanksgiving too. It's just like absolutely crazy around those times. And I'm just going to start taking it real easy and not, because by the time like Monday rolls around, my son doesn't want to get up for school. He's like exhausted because he went here, there, and everywhere all weekend long, and waking up early and doing this and that. And it's exhausting. It really is. It's exhausting for me. I can't imagine what it's like for him. So we're just going to take our holidays really easy, I think, from here on out. But it's really good to see everybody. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, and I hope you all had a really good Easter. We did. We had a really good Easter. And celebrated at Dustin's cousin's house in Southern Ohio. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Didn't get to see everybody, but we saw most of the family. Some people couldn't come, so That's okay. Hmm. So anyway, sorry if I have to keep moving my camera, but I do have a thing, but it's so far away, and then I can't read the screen. I guess I'm getting old. I might need glasses. Like I might need reading glasses. And if it's so far away, then I can't read what's on the screen. And then now it's my arm gets tired, so then I have to keep rotating it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I don't really have anything to rant or rave about. There is no terrors or anything like that. It's just everyday life that I have been going through, and just my medical issues. So I'm dealing with that. Hopefully, I will let you guys know. Hopefully, my results will come back and everything will be fine and dandy. I don't know. So either way, we'll figure it out. I was telling Gear, because Gear's in here, I was telling him earlier that we might go on a hike when I get out of here. And I really want to, because there's a lot of things. I'm in my county's, or in my town's garden club. So we did a garden club thing last night, and a park ranger came in and was talking about all the things and the parks and stuff. By the way, have you ever noticed that the state parks do a controlled burn? Well, there's been a couple parks here and they do a controlled burn. Hello, Viper. Viper. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Dancing Alone with Rentals. But yeah, so they do a controlled burn. So I asked her a question. I said, they're all about saving the bees and especially your native bees, because your native bees are super, super, super important. Plus, they're super cute. I love a mason bee. Mason bees are adorable. Leaf cutters, they're adorable, right? Really? My voicemail is off? That's weird. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I just didn't have signal? I don't know. That's weird. I'll figure it out. That's weird because, yes, I did set up my voicemail. Huh. I don't know. But anyway, the parks do a controlled burn. And I was like, okay, that's fine and dandy, but what about the freaking bumblebees? Because bumblebees, the queen bee, what they do is they burrow in the ground. And I was like, how does that affect the bumblebees? And they're like, oh, it doesn't. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm still kind of like in awe of that. Like, you do a controlled burn in a park and you kill the environment and all the brush. I don't know. I just don't understand how that's not killing the bees. But what do I know? But anyway, she was talking about the mason bees and the leaf cutters and stuff like that, and I just think they're so adorable. I have mason bee houses set up all along my property. However, don't get into like a native bee or mason bee group, because those people are nuttier than squirrel shit. They were there are some things I'm like, I have all these reeds and stuff that they can burrow in. What they do is they don't live very long. They come out for like a week, and then what they do is they burrow into these reeds in a mason bee house, or they drill a hole, and then they cover it up with mud. They lay their eggs in there, cover it up with mud. So then the next year the bees can come out and they have a place. Well, these people are on there like, oh, I clean my reeds every year to prevent bacterial growth or something like that. And I'm like, you guys are nuts. I'm like, how did these bees survive thousands and thousands and thousands of years without you? So yeah, Can you still hear me? Do I have sound? I don't know. Who's in the house? Leave a message. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. This is my first time having issues with all of this. I don't know. That's so weird. Thank you guys for coming in and putting up with my technical issues. Appreciate it. Had to roll down my window. I thought it was like something with my car. So anyway, we talked a little bit last night about the Bradford pear and how it's an invasive species in Ohio and how it's a horrible, horrible tree, and it's now illegal to plant those here because they mess everything up. What they do, and what most non-native plants do, is they create shade, and then they shade out all the native plants that are here, and then the native plants can't grow. So things like Bradford pear, and there was like a few other types of things that just, prevent your native plant from growing, which native plants are really, really important. And I don't think I'm just kind of astonished by what I know versus what other people don't know, because when you have a native plant, typically they have large tap roots, and you don't really need to do anything with them. They have long tap roots, and they tap into the water table. So you don't really have to do anything, and they pull up nutrients in the soil. So a lot of native plants do that. Hey, Uncle Al, thanks for coming in. And if you plant non-native plants, they kind of stop the native plants from doing what they're supposed to do. So I told her, I'm like, I have a small food forest, and there's some things like I wanted to get planted in there. I had planted ginseng in there, and I still have yet to see like it thriving in there. So I don't know. I may have to go to Etsy and order some more or something like that. Then she proceeded to tell me that if I got the rhizomes from somewhere else, it doesn't matter where I got them from. If they're not adapted to my climate, then they might not survive. Which, yeah, I guess that could happen. But I don't know. I've never really had that problem here. I know you can do that with seeds. Like if you collect seeds over a period of time, then they can adapt to your climate. So that way, they can be more familiar and thrive better. Versus, like, say, for instance, I bought a bunch of seeds from Montana, and they are only adapted to the Montana environment versus here, if that makes sense. So I've heard that with seeds, not with rhizomes. So I don't know. I planted 3-year rhizomes. So we'll see how it grows, and we'll see. I'll keep checking. Also, the ginseng looks a lot like violets, like wild violets, the leaves do. So I don't know. I could probably have a lot of ginseng, but I also probably have a lot of wild violets in there as well, so they're probably really hard to pick out. Hello, Glenn. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. I have a lot of purple coneflower, and my comfrey is popping up as well. I'm going to have to do a video. I'll do like a little short and show everybody what I have going on in there, because there's a lot of cool things popping up. And since the weather has been really hot, it's really kind of neat. It's been really super cold, and then all of a sudden the past few days it's been in the 70s, which is beautiful. And we've had this beautiful like blue sky, like just absolutely beautiful weather. Hello, Kathleen. Thanks for coming in. And so the last few days, like, the plants have really started to come out. So my hardy kiwi, like, one day it didn't have any leaves, and then the next day it's like, bam, it's got leaves all over it. So I think that's kind of cool. So, and then we planted some wild strawberries in there. So my wild strawberries are coming out, and I can't wait to see the food forest really come to life. It's going to look really cool. So, yeah, not here. It's just barely 70. It's more like 69 or 68 degrees here. It's beautiful out. That's why I didn't know if I wanted to work outside a little bit or if I wanted to go on a hike. And I think I really want to go on a hike. We got to find a park somewhere. And so I can take some pictures. Beautiful. 77 in Jersey. That's perfect weather, isn't it? Absolutely perfect. '92 is a little hot. We were just in Florida for my son's spring break. We flew down and went to Disney. And it was in the 80s, 70, 80. At night, it would be like 75. It was perfect. The weather was perfect. Perfect to walk around the parks. And we're going to be doing the same thing next year. And yeah. Yeah, 76 is good too. I think anywhere in the 70s is good. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. I don't know if Viper's still here or not. Yeah, we had a really good time. I was really worried about my son being on a plane, but he took it really well and really loved it, actually. So we had a really good time. Uh, yeah. So, and you know what? This is really funny, actually. We didn't. Hey, hunting with and stuff with J&J. Thank you for coming in. Last week of March. I love Tennessee. That's cool. I loved living down there. It was wonderful. Um, we this is really funny. I got a really weird email from Disney and I opened it up and it's like all of our park pictures. We got Fast Pass and we went through, and we got, by the way, when you get Fast Pass, it's amazing. Especially if you have a kid that has autism, you can just go through the line really, really quickly. So, we got that, but like they sent us all the pictures from all the rides that we had rode, and I just got them. And I'm not purchasing them because most of them was like we were sitting in the back and you can't really see us, so I'm not paying for that. But I guess they have these. We're gonna do it next year. They have this, um, uh, like they're called memory makers, and you pay like $200 and they take your picture in all the parks and you get to keep all the pictures that they take of you, and then any rides that you ride, if they capture any pictures or whatever of any rides that you're on, you get to keep all those as well and download them. So I think that's kind of cool, especially like some of those memory makers. They really go out of their way to take some really cool pictures of you and your family and stuff. So I think that's kind of neat. All right. Bye, Glenn. Yeah, I'm going to ask my husband if he wants to go hiking. I really want to do that. Sounds amazing. I want to take some really cool pictures. I love taking pictures of outside and flowers and stuff like that. So we might do that instead. I know that there's some work and stuff we need to do around the house, but when it's a beautiful day like this, you can't pass it up. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, I took pictures, but they're not near as good. And a lot of those places, like they capture the like Disney Castle and stuff behind you, and they do it professionally, and it looks, really good. So I think next year we're gonna just pay the $200 and do it. So it'll be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. We already talked about where we're gonna go next year. My mom was so excited; she really wanted to do it, and we're gonna stay at the same place. And my son really loved the pool, and yes, yes, skier. I want to do that. I love doing that. I love doing that. That's like my favorite part about hiking is identifying all the plants. And I do it without my phone. I just want to be like, "Oh, what is that? That's a blah blah blah." Yeah, I love that. I have all this weird knowledge in my head. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a different planet than most people, because I have all this knowledge in my head of different things, and like sometimes I feel like I can't just talk to somebody. I can't have an actual conversation with somebody unless it's a garden person, or if they're on the same level as me, because I feel like, yeah, if not, I'm just that weirdo that likes plants. I really love plants. We were just talking about this the other day, and we were, by the way, this is kind of linked, kind of not. So if I lose you, I'm sorry. But we were talking about this the other day. My stepdaughter has just got 2 degrees. She got a degree in art history, and the other one, a bachelor's in art history and a bachelor's in anthropology. And so she wants to go back for her PhD or master's degree in art history. So we were talking about how um, they just found, they just pulled up these rocks or whatever, and they found these seeds all over them. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Can you imagine, like, planting those, and like you plant, like, it's almost like time travel.